We got player housing hitting December 2nd. Early access to player housing is just around the corner. I didn't think we were getting it that early. I thought December 16th. But here we go. December 2nd, player housing is going to be made available. This video right here is alpha testing of player housing, how buying your house works, and a neighborhood's first look. Neighborhoods are going to be a big deal, I think. I'm actually forming up a guild for the first time ever. Guild, big community guild here, so we can have our own neighborhood where all the degenerates can do their degenerative things, right, and not be judged for it. So neighborhood breakdown, how housing works, and everything else here on Alpha from Kalani.
Hey folks, this is Kalani. The Midnight Alpha is finally here, and we were given an early peek into the very first Alpha build, which included a huge chunk of the new housing feature coming in Midnight, including our first look at neighborhoods and how that's all going.
Oh, look at all the plots. Oh, damn, this is so cool. So one thing I'm wondering, is this like a first come, first serve? Like, say I form up a guild, right? And we sign the charter and the guild is formed, and then we go to the neighborhood. Is it like the guild leader gets to pick first, or the officers get to pick second, or is it just like, hey, we just formed it, everybody rush in, and it's like a mad dash to pick your plots? I'm wondering. I guess he'll break it down here in the video, but damn, there's a lot of plots
to work. In this video, we're going to go through everything we know so far about housing neighborhoods in Midnight, how to find your perfect housing plot, how buying a house works, and so much more.
Look at that, only 1,000 gold. Only 1,000 gold for this plot. I wonder if certain plots will be more expensive than others.
A house works, and so much more. Now before we jump in, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss another video. Now first things first, how do we get to our house and neighborhood? As with any well-established important hub, we're going to take a portal. You'll be able to find a portal in Ogrimmar or Stormwind to your faction's housing district.
Okay.
When housing is first introduced, we'll have some quests to lead us through the whole introduction experience, so you don't have to worry about missing out or getting lost. The Alliance will be setting...
This is dead center in the portal room. The stairs are right here. This is dead center in the Alliance portal room. Probably the same for the orcs.
The Alliance will be setting up shop in Founders Point, and these neighborhoods are pretty huge, by the way. Everything you see here is part of the neighborhood or housing district, and you can find plots scattered across this entire landscape. The entire zone is effectively your neighborhood. Here's a map of the Alliance area, and you can see there's plenty of space. You can also see where each plot is located, so it's pretty easy to pick.
And then does it say, oh, and then it says which ones are owned already. Okay, cool. So there's spots like if you want to be a loner goth girl in the middle of the forest, you can do that. Not sure you'll be safe, though, playing WoW as a lonely goth girl. You're probably going to be chased down by hordes of lonely men. But you can be a loner if you want to, or you can have plots next to other people in a nice little neighborhood setting. Your little cul-de-sac. Look at that. I grew up in a cul-de-sac. I have nostalgia for them.
A spot that suits your wants and needs. If you want to be a bit further away from neighbors, there's quite a few plots that fit the bill.
Okay, I did not pre-watch it. I know you guys are going to say that right now. He's talking about distancing and shit. No, it's just obvious to the eye, okay? I did not fucking pre-watch this shit. I saw those accusations right when the video went live. By the way, WoW housing, the only way 90% of millennials will know what home ownership is like. It's true. I saw that actually in the comments of the forums. A lot of people were saying that. They're like, finally, I can buy a home. It just will be in Azeroth instead of IRL. Pre-watched, yeah.
Some clustered together if you want to be right next to your friends. There are also quite a few themes or biomes within each zone. For the Alliance, you've got the standard green Elwyn Forest vibe. There are sandy or rocky beachfronts. You can grab a plot.
Oh, wait, I like this little bridge. Look at this. There's some new design stuff happening in here that we haven't seen in game before. This is a nice little bridge. Look at that.
Sandy or rocky beachfronts, you can grab a plot in the middle of apple orchards with fall colours all around you, or if you'd rather live in the haunted woods, there's also a Duskwood inspired area too.
Hot goth girl Sylvanas enjoyers. This is where you'll find them. Nice.
Over on the Horde side, you'll be settling down in Razorwind Shores. Here's a quick look at the map to see how the plots are distributed. Once again, plenty of space for everyone in your neighbourhood to have their own little slice of sand and stone. We've got the standard rocky cliffs of Durotar. You can nestle yourself between rivers and waterfalls, relax on sandy beaches right next to the water, or pick a plot amongst tall trees like you'd find in Ajara. Both neighbourhoods...
I love the variety within the zones. This is really cool. I'm not even like a player housing Andy. Like, I didn't ever ask for player housing in the game. I never cared about it. But I think their implementation of it, that's fantastic. This is really good. These zones look great. Okay, let's catch back up to where we were here.
Neighborhoods also have quite a few flight paths scattered around, so you can quickly hop from area to area, though with flying fully enabled in your neighborhood, I imagine that would be the fastest way to get around, but the flight paths do give you an AFK or lazy option as well.
That's crazy.
Buying your house
that they're this big. Like I said before, I was not expecting the neighborhoods. I don't know why in my head they were not going to be that big. This is huge, and to have a flight path across it.
Buying your house is really easy. Just find an empty plot that you're happy with, interact with the signpost, and you can buy that plot, as long as you have enough gold anyway. On the alpha right now it's set at 1,000 gold, so definitely not expensive by any stretch of the imagination, but it is important to note that this is definitely subject to change, and it might be a bit higher when the system goes live.
Okay.
After buying your plot, you can just head inside and start decorating.
Sam, the guild cap is 999 players? But that would mean that the neighborhood has to fit 999 plots? That's insane. I haven't seen that in these map images. These map images look like there's like 50 plots. How the hell are they going to fit 999 homes? That's going to be packed. Okay, well, that's why I wanted to make a guild, though, is because the other neighborhoods, I believe, will be limited. The public ones are limited to a much smaller number, but a guild neighborhood is going to be able to max out based on your guild members.
Rating. There will be a tutorial that walks you through the controls and how that all works,
you, Mikey Moto.
or you can just skip it and jump straight in if you prefer. Now, if you ever want to move your house, that's also very easy. Just find another empty plot that you would rather have and click on Move House. You don't even have to pay anything if you've already bought a house previously, so it seems to be completely free to move around.
Yeah, it's funny. I saw Maria Hamilton in the interview. They talked about this in the Q&A, and she said all your stuff will be exactly how you left it when you move your house. Basically, what's happening is a mage is picking up your home, putting it in an arcane bubble, moving it, and then dropping it on a new plot for you, which I thought was some funny lore.
Your house should keep its current state as well.
I wonder if that's an actual animation in the game.
Or anything like that. When you decide to move plots, it should just all transfer over automatically. Now, if you need a little bit of help finding a plot to purchase, there are a few tools at your disposal. When you open your map, you can actually see which plots are occupied and which ones are vacant in your current neighborhood. Hovering over each one also tells you who owns each house, so that's going to be interesting, seeing these names over and over again and growing with them as a community and neighborhood.
I don't know, this is kind of cool. Like I said, I never really cared about player housing, but like just knowing like where some of your guildies are, like these people that you've been playing with for like just hovering over here and seeing this is Moishi's home and it's a degenerate place that I never want to go. I don't know, there's something interesting about like seeing the names that you recognize in the game and just like, oh, that's where Greg from accounting lives. Oh, where's he not home? He's probably running his delves. You know, that's the way it'll work. I think it's cool.
It's going to be interesting seeing these names over and over again and growing with them as a community and neighborhood. But if your desired plot isn't available, or you just want to look for a different neighborhood, you can do that using the House Finder feature. You can open this up by talking to the neighborhood steward, or there's a button on your housing dashboard as well. More about that in just a moment. The House Finder will show you how many empty spots are in the current neighborhood and also give you multiple options for neighborhoods on the left-hand side. So you can find a neighborhood where you're chosen.
Oh, I was wondering what this is. So this is the public neighborhoods available. They have different names, and he's just scrolling. So you can actually see how many plots. So say there's a certain plot that you want. You can go through the public neighborhoods to find one where that plot is actually still available. That's pretty cool.
Plot is empty, or at least it has a few more options. You can refresh the list at the top until you find something that works for you. You can also search for your friends up at the top. So if you really want to be in the same neighborhood as Bob, you can see which neighborhood Bob ended up in, and you can even see which plot that they bought. So you can set up right next to them, or maybe on the other side of the map, depending on how much you actually like Bob. Now that's how public...
Avoid Bob? Is that what he was saying? Yeah, you can find Greg from accounting. You know, Greg will finally have a home that he can live in peacefully without his abusive wife following him around, making sure he's not enjoying anything in this world, which is why he has to run down to his basement in the middle of the night and play World of Warcraft, because if his wife ever sees a smile across his face, she'll absolutely destroy him and destroy anything that he enjoys. Yeah. It sounds like a good time. I think Bob will enjoy. I think Greg will enjoy player housing, most definitely.
Neighborhoods work, but what about private neighborhoods? Well, there are two options there. You can set up a private neighborhood that is just for your guild. Only players who are in the guild will be able to purchase a plot, and if you get kicked out of the guild, you'll also get kicked out of the neighborhood. New maps or instances of the neighborhood will be created as needed if things get too full. So even if you have 500 guild members, you should all be a part of the same neighborhood in a...
I believe, though, if you get kicked out of the guild, your house will just be moved to a public neighborhood. Like, it'll still remain intact. You won't lose your home.
Technical sense,
won't be that
even though you'll
anymore.
have several maps or instances of the actual housing district to fill up. You can also give your guild neighborhood a name, and they seem very easy to create and use. The other...
Where is the furry dungeon at? Look, Moonguard's going to have some wild neighborhoods. I'm going to tell you guys right now. They are going to have some very interesting RP, not so kid-friendly neighborhood. They'll have great kid-friendly neighborhoods too, but you know, there's gonna be the sex dungeons. Okay, sex dungeons will be created via this housing mechanic. Okay, we all know that. Are some of us excited to see it? Maybe. Am I going to go on my alt that nobody knows about to go see it? Maybe. Hey, we'll see.
The private neighborhood type is called a charter neighborhood, and the way they work is very similar to how you set up a guild. You'll get a charter for other players to sign, and when you have 8 signatures, you can turn it back in to create your private neighborhood. Seems simple enough. That means that if you have 8 friends that you want to create a neighborhood with, you can make it a private thing without needing to be in the same guild, or maybe you don't want to share your neighborhood with your entire guild, so you can just make a charter neighborhood to have part of it. So there's plenty of options for smaller groups of players to have their own personal neighborhoods to progress through at their own pace. After you've got yourself settled with a nice cozy plot, you can take a look at your housing dashboard. This is where you can track your house XP and level, what rewards you're going to earn from leveling up, and you can check the rest of the reward track as well.
Hey, okay, one thing real quick. This is all cosmetic, guys. This is all just housing cosmetic shit. Just remember that there is no player power attached to player housing. So if you don't want to participate at all in this system, you will not be punished in any single way when it comes to rating or Mythic Plus progression or anything like that. It's a cosmetic fun thing to do. That's all.
The rewards seem to include...
Unlike garrisons, which were very much required for you to do shit in the game.
Extra budget for decor placement for both interior and exterior decorating, adding to the number of rooms that you can place down in your house, and there are even decor options to pick up as well. It's not entirely clear where we're going to be earning house XP from right now, but I'll be sure to update you when the alpha progresses a bit further. The housing dashboard also has a house teleport option, so you can quickly teleport back to your plot from anywhere else in the world by the looks of things, and that spell has a 15-minute cooldown. Okay. So be able to get back to your house very quickly, almost no matter what. This is also where you would track your current Endeavor progress, but these weren't available for testing just yet. Endeavors are neighborhood-wide quests or events where everyone works together to upgrade your neighborhood, invite new NPCs in to offer different rewards, and unlock extra bonuses.
I think it'd be really cool if like Endeavors are like holiday-bound kind of thing too. Like we get a Christmas tree in the center of our neighborhood, right? And we do Endeavors to like grow the tree. I think that'd be kind of cool. Like at the end, if you max out your tree, you got like a New York style massive tree that they have down in the downtown of the city over there. Whereas if you have a neighborhood that's just not active in it, you got a dinky little Christmas tree in the center. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool.
Due to that system,
I like the holiday shit in the game.
I
do.
It's important that you have an active neighborhood, so
Rockefeller
everyone is
Center,
contributing to your Endeavor progress, but that ultimately is going to depend on how that system actually works. We'll dig a bit deeper into Endeavors when they become available for testing. What we do know is that depending on your current endeavor, certain areas of your neighborhood will start to change, most notably your town center. We'll see different decorations and
look at
NPCs.
That. There's a tree. So maybe the Christmas tree thing will happen. Hey, Will, did you get the Brewfest mail yesterday? No, I didn't. I think this is cool. I like this neighborhood changing by doing the questline shit.
as your neighborhood progresses through the endeavor, which sounds really cool.
What happened? What
this
happened?
Also seems to be an important hub for your neighborhood. You can check your current neighborhood roster to see who you're sharing your housing experience with and who lives in each house.
Oh, cool.
You can pick up quests from NPCs that offer different rewards, including new decor options. There's a die crafter that you can only use if you have the alchemy or inscription professions, so those professions will have a bit more work to do when housing goes live.
What?
A decor vendor, but they don't seem to...
Wait, can you only dye your shit if you have those professions? That's kind of fucked if that's the truth. I think anybody should be able to dye their shit.
To sell anything just yet, and there's also a lumberjack who sells a special axe that lets you locate lumber resources out in the world. This was also not fully implemented yet, but this new lumber resource will be used to craft housing and decor related items from almost every profession from what we know so far. So housing is shaping up to be a really cool community based experience, not just about your own personal house. But of course, that is important too. You've got to put all that hard-earned decor to work somehow, right? If you haven't seen how decorating in your house works, it's kinda crazy. Whether you're completing raids, dungeons, delves, quests, achievements, pet battles, PvP matches, or pretty much anything else you can do in World of Warcraft, you'll be earning decor pieces that you can place in your house pretty much however you want.
Nice.
Apparently, there are a crazy number of decor pieces.
So there's an item limit. Like if you want to have enough chairs to go around your table, you have to get that many chairs. It's not like you get the chair cosmetic and then you could put 1,000 of those chairs. You can't do it. See, there's a limit here on all these. So that's an interesting one.
It's already in the game for us to collect, so you're going to have a lot of options for decorating your
December
new home
2nd.
right when this system goes live. We've got a lot of categories on the left-hand side of the housing menu that help you narrow down what you're looking for. There's a search bar at the top if you know the name of the piece that you want or the style of piece that you want, and there are a lot of filters to break your collection down even further. So if you just want items from a certain expansion or that match a specific theme, you can do all of that in the filters. When decorating,
can you go by class theme? I didn't look at these expansion style. So they have like culture, they call it, instead of race. Blizzard probably scared to put the word race in the game. Rugged, folked, opulent, holiday event. Okay, so I don't see a class theme here. Rugged, folk, holiday. Interesting. I would like a class theme. Like, I want to make it almost like an order hall.
Match a specific theme.
I guess if I want to do Death Knight, I could do Wrath of the Lich King theme.
You can do all of that in the filters. When decorating, you can use the basic settings and keep snapping on to make things easy, or you can go for the advanced mode, which gives you full freedom for how to place your items.
That's crazy.
You can scale things up, rotate them on all axes, and even turn off clipping to put things inside.
Sex dungeon bed. Very obvious what's going on here.
Other things, and those things inside of walls. When it comes to the overall layout of your house, you have almost free control there as well. The floor plan editor lets you add rooms in almost any configuration, and you can add stairs to go up multiple floors, or you can add open rooms on top of each other to create big towers. As you progress through the housing dashboard levels, you're going to earn more room slots so you can build even bigger houses, and there are new room types to unlock as well.
I'm guessing though these room layouts don't change the outside configuration of your house. Like maybe you get if you unlock 20 rooms rather than 10, the outside becomes bigger. But obviously I would assume changing the inside layout is not going to change the outside.
You can drag rooms around, rotate them,
that would be like
which
a Sims
will also
level
rotate
shit.
all of the decor items currently placed in that room as well, which is really cool. And what's also really interesting is that there are interior wall decor items that let you split up some of these rooms and shape them how you want as well. So you don't have to stick with a huge square box if you don't want to. You can create little hallways, secluded nooks, or just random corridors that go nowhere. We also start
Sex dungeon corner. Okay, I'm getting too much of the sex dungeon stuff, but I mean, there's some endless possibilities here. I mean, look at this. He just created a back corner that you can go into.
Nowhere. We also start off with a few different themes for the general interior of your house as well. So things like the walls, floors, ceilings, and doorways. So we have Belemeth for the Night Elf look, Folk, Generic, and Rugged for human and orc based looks, and then Silvermoon for the Blood Elf look. You can also set up different rooms with different styles, or just mix and match everything to make something fun. We're also going to be able to dye certain items to give you even more control over how things look, and there are a lot of dyes to collect, so I fully expect housing to take up an enormous amount of playtime for anyone even remotely interested in it.
I can already imagine there's going to be like some like player housing Andes that's all they do, and they're going to create like these insane levels of complicated player housing shit, and it's going to be uploaded on YouTube. People are going to go pop off. This is going to create like a whole WoW community that's just focused on housing. There's going to be those guys out there, these cozy gamer people and stuff, and this is all they're going to do. Blizzard was smart to put this in the game.
This is probably the most extensive housing system I've seen implemented in any MMO that I've played, so I'm glad they waited to release it until they could do it properly. Now, unfortunately, anything relating to your exterior is not available for testing right now, but we know we'll be able to change the style of our exterior and even change the roof type, so that's going to be really fun. As you level up your house, you'll have more and more options for what the exterior can look like, and you should be able to freely place almost anything outside within your plot boundary as well.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool, and I wasn't expecting it. You'll be able to put shit around your house, like on the exterior too, that everybody in the neighborhood will be able to see. So you could have that guy who doesn't take care of his lawn at all. He's just got shit. It's like, oh man, like, honey, what happened? This used to be a good neighborhood. The fucking goblin next door moved in, and now he's got shit all over his lawn that he brought over from Undermine. Yeah, ridiculous. Yeah, so you'll be able to really customize the outside of your home to be very unique to you.
And have the same rotation and scaling options that you have for interior designing. So you can make some really cool looking yards or gardens. Now, something else that we got to play around with.
Gonna put my mount on blocks in the front yard. That's gonna be something you can do, by the way. Ian talked about it in the Q&A. He said that we do want to have like a stable. You kind of know like where like outside of the Lion's Pride Inn in Goldshire, they have like a mount hooked up to a little wood post there. He did say that they want to be able to do that. They did say like in-game pets, like little pets that you can have, and mounts, they want to be able to interact with player housing. They said hunter pets is a bit more difficult, and they haven't decided how they're going to work on that yet. But yeah, your in-game pets and your mounts will be able to be displayed at your player house. So I can, yes, put Invincible right outside my house. Yeah, unfortunately, I have to loot him first, which hasn't happened yet.
The various permissions that you can set for your house.
Once I get it.
So if you don't want someone to be able to walk all over your property, you can just give no one access to your plot, and they won't even be able to walk up to your door without getting teleported away. If you want people to be able to explore your plot or house, you can set up those permissions and even have them be different between your plot and house. Maybe you only want friends in your house, but anyone else can check out the plot. Or maybe you only want guildies to be able to come anywhere near your house. You can set things up however you want. And then the last bit of information that we have for this new feature is something of a release date. We won't have to wait very long for housing to arrive. If you have pre-purchased Midnight, you should be able to jump into the housing system in very early December. I'm pretty sure I can say that it's going to be December 2nd for NA Realms, so we really don't have too much longer to wait. All of your previous achievements and progress will reward you with a bunch of decor items to get started with as well, so it's going to be a very busy holiday season exploring the housing feature in all of its glory. But that's all of the new information that we have about neighborhoods and housing from the Midnight Alpha, so that's it for this video. Do you have any burning questions about how any part of this housing system works, and what are you most interested in from what you've seen so far? Leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. A big thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and to all of our members here on YouTube. You can see their names floating by on screen. If you're interested in supporting the channel, you can find links in the description or click the join button just below the video. If you enjoyed the video or found it useful in any way, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you're always kept up to date. Thanks for watching, folks. Good luck and have fun, and as always, I will see you next time.
Looks like way less confusing than Final Fantasy housing, at least. I don't know what Final Fantasy housing is all about, but this looks like a great iteration on player housing, that's for sure. And I think Blizzard did a really good job with this stuff. And even for somebody like me who doesn't care about player housing, it sounds like something that I might actually enjoy. A nice video from Kalani.